Good morning. This is TCR, TroyCommunityRadio.com. I'm Glenn Myers on 107.1 WTJN for David Denoyer on TCTV. Time now for the Mayor's Report, and as always, Mayor Mike Beamish.
Well, Glenn, it's always a pleasure to be here and to share. And David Denoyer and what he does, and both of you do for our community, is really appreciated by this mayor. And so, welcome, and welcome to the audience listening.
Boy, we have had a great sports season so far.
It has been a wonderful season for Troy athletics, and I will even include Troy Christian High School's having a good year as well. And it doesn't happen. It takes great kids that are committed to athletics. That's men and women.
It's straight in on teamwork.
It takes teamwork. It takes a coaching staff committed to excellence. And it also takes an athletic director, a director of athletics who orchestrates and organizes all these programs. And that's not an easy task for one person to do. So I have with me today a very special guest.
Well, introduce your guest that you brought, Mayor.
Well, I've been blessed over the years to get to know many of the director of athletics throughout. Jeff Sakel now is the AD over at Troy Christian, but I have had a wonderful opportunity to work with Dave Palmer. Dave Palmer is the Troy High School Director of Athletics. It has been a great year, and I'm not going to steal Dave's thunder, but I do want you to know he's one of the hardest workers, and it's not an easy task to orchestrate all the fall sports. It's been great, though, to know that our sports programs this year have just been excellent, and it's been a great boom to our community in terms of spirit.
All right, Dave Palmer, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit first. What is the athletic director?
Well, it's kind of like the conductor of an orchestra. You have all the different pieces of an orchestra, the horn section, the strings, and everything, and the orchestra director is responsible to make sure that everything in that orchestra group, all the different instruments, sound good.
All right.
I am responsible to make sure that all the different athletic teams look good and kind of just oversee the whole program.
All right, and that's been working so far this year. I mean, I just speak of the football team and how great they have been doing.
You know, we have a great group of kids here in Troy. They work really hard, not just during their season, but in the off season. They had a new staff that came in last year for our football staff, almost an entire new staff, and the kids have really bought into that coaching staff and what they see as the vision for Troy football. And this year we have been able to see the benefit of
Absolutely.
That buy-in. Yeah.
Mayor, you asked some of the questions here as well.
Well, you mentioned the word teamwork.
Yes.
And teamwork starts all across the board. It is our teaching staff working with young people. That's what we're here for, is education. It's our athletic staff working to motivate. And when you have those working together and you have students that are willing to do their best to excel in both academics and athletics, then you have a good combination. And then you add an athletic director who's passionate about the programs, all programs, not just a focus,
right.
All programs. Then you have the elements that are key for success. And I like, first of all, I like Dave to share a little bit about his background. You just don't walk into an athletic director's job.
No.
And excel. So, Dave, if you wouldn't mind, would you share a little bit of your background, how you got to Troy?
Well, I'll leave out some of the gory details. But this is my 32nd year in education. Most of that time has been involved in athletics. Graduated from Miami with a bachelor's degree and went on to do some work at the University of Dayton and got my master's degree there. My original training was in athletic training, though. So I was an athletic trainer for 26 years. But along with that, you know, if you're an athletic trainer, you're at a lot of sporting events. So over the course of my career, I could kind of see myself becoming an administrator and I was fortunate to have a superintendent and a principal that saw some administrative qualities in me and gave me my first opportunity to get into administration, and I've been doing that. I don't even know how long it's been, but I think this is my 13th year. I'm not positive. I'm not the kind of person that keeps track of those things. I just love my job and coming to work and doing what I do and working with a great set of coaches and a great group of student athletes. And so I really don't keep track of how long I've been doing things, but I think this is either year 12 or 13.
When you love your job, time just goes by.
Yeah.
You're right. You don't think about that.
He's like the ever-ready bunny. He just keeps on going, keeps on going. That's good. But now I would like to have Dave highlight some of the programs that are in the fall sports program and talk a little bit about each of those successes, because we have had a banner year so far to date in Troy High School athletics.
Let's hear some of that.
Well, you know, everyone kind of focuses on football. That's kind of the big thing in town. You know, everyone talks about being a football town, but there's quite a few other sports that we have here in Troy that have experienced quite a bit of success. Our volleyball team right now in our conference play is 9-0. They're undefeated.
Wow.
They are 12-1 overall for the season, so they are doing a great job with the schedule that they have. We have just a couple of weeks left to go in the regular season, and then they'll start tournament play, so we're looking for a great showing with our girls volleyball program. So you know, they had some success last year as well. I don't know if you remember, we finished the season undefeated.
Absolutely.
Did a great job in the tournament, and just had a great group of kids to work with last year, and we've carried on this year with that same process, and that we, you know, expect kids to come out and work hard and to win, and Michelle does a great job of coaching the girls and getting them ready for their games each and every week. So we don't want to, you know, just kind of focus on football.
Just
all
football,
the time.
right?
There's a lot of great things that that happen. Girls cross country, we have just a tremendous group of girls that are part of that program, and Kevin Alexander is our head coach for our girls program. You know, we didn't graduate anyone last year, and we were a team state qualifier, so we have all of those girls back. We have Morgan Gigandi, who is just an unbelievable runner. I don't think she walks anywhere she goes. She has so much endurance. Right now she's leading our entire conference with her time. So we're looking for some great things out of our girls cross country program as well. We do have a conference meet that's coming up here in a couple weeks. That'll be run down at Centerville. It's a little bit, cross country is a little bit of a different sport. That it's not, you know, you don't sit in the bleachers and eat popcorn. The races are only about 20 minutes long at the most. Morgan's time is much quicker than that, so you know, it's really a 15-20 minute event. And but you know, if you're an outdoor person and you love being outside, cross country is a great sport to go watch. And Morgan is an unbelievable runner, and she has a great group of girls that surround her. I think the last time I looked, with our team's scores or times, within our division, we were leading. Our whole team was in the top of the rank with our girls cross country program. So we've got a great group of kids that run for us as well. Our boys golf program, under the direction of Coach Evilsizer, is on track to win another conference championship. We'll see how things go with that, but they still have a few more matches to play. We do have our conference golf tournament this week. The boys play on Thursday. So that's a big day for us. in golf, you put all your marbles into one tournament, which will be held Thursday. So we're hoping that our kids are playing their best golf now, and they're going to peak at the right time and have a great showing at our conference tournament this week. You just go down the line with all of our other programs, our girls tennis program. Mark Goldner, he's been coaching forever. I have no idea. The mayor may have to help me on this one, but this has to be year 45, maybe 42, somewhere in that ballpark. But he's been doing this a long time, and we have experienced quite a bit of success with girls tennis as well. We did stumble a little bit last night. We competed against Butler. That was for the conference championship, and unfortunately we didn't end up on the right side of the scores table with that. But we have our conference tournament coming up on Thursday. They'll be playing down at Centerville. We do host 2 different tournaments for tennis. We have a gold division and a silver division. The gold division is at Centerville this year, and the silver division we're hosting here in Troy. And our girls are competing in the gold division, so they'll be down at Centerville. So, we have a great group of girls that play there.
These kids put in loads of time in the practice and into the sport of which they play.
And it just depends upon what the sport is. Golf and tennis, those kids play golf or tennis year round.
Yes.
Not so much in the wintertime for golf, but they're working on their game all the time. It's not like it used to be when I was a kid, where you just showed up on the first day of practice and you played, and that's the way it was. These kids really put in a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of money into getting better. With tennis, we have great facilities with Schroeder's nearby. A lot of kids play there in the wintertime. So with our tennis program, it's really a year-round sport. And it's not just one of those things where they show up on August 1st and say, hey, I want to play tennis. They really work at that. Volleyball has become a sport like that as well. There's JO programs, a lot of JO programs in the area, and our kids, most of our kids anyways, participate on teams through the winter where they're playing volleyball. And then, of course, as soon as they finish their JO season, Michelle gets a hold of them. They do a lot of conditioning and stuff through the summer. They'll do a lot of different things where they'll go and play in some tournaments. And they just work really hard year-round for the most part at their sport. Our football kids, we have to take a month off when the season's over, but on that 31st day after the season ends, those kids are in the weight room working hard, doing stuff through the summer. Those kids get up at before sunrise.
Right.
And make their way out to the school. They meet in the weight room. They'll work out with the coaches, and Coach Aaron Gibbons does a great job as our strength coach. And those kids are making a huge commitment. Most kids have a hard time getting up before noon in the summer, but our football players have made that commitment to get up and be there in the weight room bright and early, and put in what they need to do in the weight room to get ready for the season. And I think that if you take a look at the kids that we have this year and their style of play and the belief that they have in themselves, that's a great testimony for what they've worked on in the off season.
Well, I think it shows that their heart is in the game.
I'm just going to add one more thing. And I know we didn't leave out the soccer program. It's been an outstanding program. We have the dean of soccer coaches in this area, and Coach Richard Phillips. My youngsters had the opportunity to play for him way back when, and he continues. But the program, the soccer program, both the men's and women's program has had a wonderful season as well. I mean, when I say successful fall season, and Dave said successful fall sports, it's across the board.
Yeah, we have a lot of sports in the fall, so I'm not sure how long of a radio show we have.
No.
But we could talk for quite a while about each of the individual programs and the teams that we have. But Coach Phillips does a great job with our boys soccer program. They are currently 6-0-1. They have one tie. They have just a couple of weeks left to go. They have some important matches coming up with some of our divisional opponents that will decide our divisional championship. They're 10-0-1 on the season, so our boys soccer program is rolling, and they're the same way. Those kids come in early in the morning. They're through the summer. A lot of those kids play year round. They're playing on club teams in the spring. Coach Phillips and Coach Gibbons have them in the weight room, working hard to get better at what they do. Girls soccer is 6-1. We have a couple of key matches coming up with girls soccer, and Coach Racy again does a fantastic job with getting those girls ready to come out and play each and every week. And he's got a lot of girls. I think we're up to about 60 girls in our soccer program. We have actually 2 JV teams that have schedules that they play in. So it's not, Michael's focus is not, his primary focus is on the varsity, of course, but he's also looking at how to continue to build that program. And a couple of years ago, we added a second JV team because we saw an increased number of girls that had an interest in playing soccer. And rather than releasing those kids to try to figure out a place where they could play, we decided to add a team. So we were fortunate to be able to add a coach and add a team and build a schedule for them. So it's the name of the game for me is to try to get as many kids as possible to participate, and then let the coaches take over from there and get the kids prepared to participate.
Well, Dave's a big supporter, and I would like to say I'm one of those cheerleaders for all Troy sports programs, and Dave's given me the opportunity to be the voice of Trojan football up in the Troy Memorial Stadium press box. And so, my tie-in goes deep with athletics as well, and I thought it was nice that we could have Dave come. Many times, they just maybe see him walking around. They don't realize behind the scenes he's the coordinator of all of our athletic programs. We're doing real well. It's a part of a Trojan pride that I see our community getting behind. And as we finish out the fall season, then we'll roll into the winter season. It doesn't stop for A.D. Palmer here. He just keeps rolling over, but like the ever-running bunny, like I said. But I did want everybody to have an opportunity to listen to Dave Palmer share a little bit of his background and also how our total athletic program is going on and what it takes. But I will say he's also, every coach inspires the best both on the field and in the classroom. And that's important that we always keep in mind.
Yeah, I kind of enjoy being a behind-the-scenes person. I like to make sure that things are in place and let people do what they do best. And we have a great coaching staff, not just in the fall, but winter and spring sports as well. We got great kids. We have a very supportive community and parents that are involved and want the best for their student athletes. And and Mayor talks a little bit about, or mentioned a little bit about the educational part. We have smart kids. They're not just great athletes, but they're great students as well.
Well-rounded all the way.
Right. And if you look at where our student athletes, when they leave Troy, where they go to school, we have Jared Bear, who's at the Air Force Academy. We have Austin Jacobs, who's at the Air Force Academy. I've been in education a long time, And I've never been at a school where you've had 2 kids out of the same graduating class go to military academies. And so that says a lot about the teachers that we have, the direction that each of the principals point the teachers for the educational piece. And our kids work hard, and our coaches and teachers and parents push those kids because they want them to be the best that they can be. And you know, we just sit back as an administrator, and I just sit back and enjoy the ride, because it's it's been a great fall so far, and we're looking forward to finishing up. Marion football, we're only halfway through the football season, but some of our other sports are kind of winding down. We're close to the end, so there's still a lot to go yet. We still got a whole month.
Yeah.
So it's pretty exciting to see what's going to happen down the road, and then we get a little bit of time off, a couple weeks, and then we get to do this all over again in the winter for winter sports.
Sounds like you're good at juggling too.
You have to do a lot of time management.
Yeah.
It's not just orchestrating everything, but it's trying to keep a lot of balls in the air.
Literally, a lot of balls in the air. Think of the different kinds.
It's it's a lot of challenges every day. Every day is different. It doesn't get boring, and it can be a little tiring. I'll have to admit, by the time the end of October rolls around, I'm a little worn out. But you just take a couple weeks and kind of catch your breath, and then get to do it all over again.
Dive back in.
Yeah, for winter.
All right. Hey, Dave, great to meet you. Thanks for coming on the program.
Appreciate it.
It's been very good, and it is the fall season, so I want to, if I can, just close briefly with some of the things coming up from the city's perspective of the fall.
We do have a few things there too.
And we'll have another program down the road where we bring Jerry Mullins, our street foreman, in. We'll do a little leaf discussions on how to help the community and the street crews as we get into the fall season. But we also have a couple other things I want to share as we head into fall and through fall season. One of them is the cemetery cleanup. We are in the annual fall cleanup, and between now and October 16th, we ask people to come to Riverside Cemetery, Rose Hill Cemetery, and remove all the old wreaths, decorations, and other items that you may have through the summer season, so that we can prepare the grounds for the fall and winter season. People always ask, when can we put up new decorations? We'd ask that they wait until November 16th, so that we can get the old out, get the grounds cleaned, and prepare for new permitted cemetery decorations. If you have any questions, I always tell everybody, call the cemetery department to see what's permitted, what isn't, the timelines. But I'd say between now and October 16th, we want to take the old to begin the new, and then by November 16th, we should be available to start placing
once all the leaves and everything are cleaned out.
That's the time. We do need some maintenance too. So everybody cooperates. It's a beautiful cemeteries that we have, and we want to maintain those.
And then thinking of the leaves, leaf collection is what is coming
up. We start 1st of October with and as we've talked about, we go in zones around through Troy. So be patient. We will go through round 1, we'll go through round 2, and if we have to, we go through round 3 through the zones, and we do have 5 zones plus the downtown that we maintain as well. And the dye mill facility is also available if people want to take their leaves or different kind of tree limbs and things. They can do that. The facility remains open through December 3rd. So we got plenty of time for the fall season. That's one way, or second way, that we will pick up things. The third way is the tea bags, and we have that available to purchase here. Put those out on your normal leaf or trash collection day, and they'll pick those up as well. So we have 3 things to help maintain our community during the fall season when we're in a transition and the leaves are falling. So we'll talk more about that as we get into the leaves starting to fall with Jerry Mullins.
You have one more thing,
Well, one more.
and that is the prayer breakfast.
It's the prayer breakfast, the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast. We've been doing this annually for over 3 decades. And the First Baptist Church is willing to support us and host that event. It continues Saturday, October 15th of this year. It starts from 9 o'clock, and a great breakfast they have. There is a minimal charge, $5 for a ticket, but it will also provide entertainment, a message from Steve Justice, who is part of the Coalition on Hope Over Heroin, and our quick response team that we offer in Troy. So it's a relevant topic. It's a current topic in epidemic proportion. So I would encourage everybody to grab a ticket. You can get your tickets at First Baptist Church, or you can go to City Hall at the mayor's office and pick up tickets as well. And that again is October 15th. And encourage that, because that is an opportunity for the community to come together in prayer along with their spiritual and also relevant topics of the moment. And certainly the opiate epidemic is a real concern. So
Certainly
I hope
is.
people will come out in mass for that breakfast and enjoy the time together in fellowship.
All right, next council meeting, Mayor?
Next council meeting will be coming up, let's see, October 3rd. That'll be 7 o'clock, Troy City Hall, 2nd floor. And, you know, we'll be operating there. I don't have the agenda yet, so stay tuned.
But they can also watch it if they can't make it out
Absolutely.
on troyohio.gov, streaming online.
That's absolutely correct. And then and we'll have our next mayor's forum that we have here. We'll talk about the updates from that council meeting.
All right, Mayor. Thank you so much, Dave Palmer, Director of Athletics at Troy High School, and Mayor Michael Beamish.
Thank you.
This has been the Mayor's Report. I'm Clint Myers on 107.1 WTJN for David the Neuer on TCTV.